Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy EXF at EXFGaming, and today I am making a follow-up video to last night's video, which got a lot more attention than I expected. A lot of you guys made a lot of key points in the comment section, which I actually took to heart. I thought about it, and I actually wanted to make the follow-up video because you guys made a lot of good points that I personally didn't, I guess didn't look at to the degree where you guys made like those points. And again, to those people, thank you to making those comments. It actually, like, well, first of all, thank you to those people who commented really respectfully. I know a majority, like at least like 99% of you guys actually respected what I was trying to say, and actually, you know, made a disagreement comment respectfully as well, which doesn't usually happen on the internet, which is strange. So, you know, kudos to you guys for doing that. I definitely appreciate you know, everything you guys said, took it to heart, thought about it, and I'm making this video today. So to start off, there were kind of two. It was okay. First of all, a lot of split. It was kind of divided actually in terms of the comments. There were people who just agreed with what I was saying, and there were people who disagreed with what I was saying. And within the people who disagreed with what I was saying, it was split again in half by people who just straight up disagreed and people who understood what I was saying and they still disagreed. More so on the latter than the former. There weren't too many former people just straight up disagree without really giving like a really logical reasoning, which is something else that I really liked about you guys' comment. It was really, you know, concise, logical. You guys knew what you were trying to say, and I definitely understood what you were trying to say. So moving on, let's get into the main discussion here. So the main discussion here, I'm just going to talk about the people who disagree and understood what I was trying to say, and all the main points that you guys are saying, and just give my thoughts on what you guys said, and also the people who agree with what I was saying and the main points that they said, or the main points that they were trying to convey, and my thoughts on that as well, and then just kind of wrap it up, you know, and just kind of like put this, you know, discussion to the side and just kind of move on to the next thing, which will be CYL. So, first of all, the people who disagreed and understood what I was trying to say. So, the main point, the number one main point that I saw, like it was really, really common, was the fact, or my comment on the 2 orbs per day. Okay, so my point on the 2 orbs per day was that it was not generous. Well, not necessarily generous, but it wasn't something that I would have considered to be generous. And I said that it was something that should have been expected for intelligence systems to actually give 2 orbs per day. And I know there was one person who made a comment. I'm sorry, I don't remember everybody's names because there were just so many of you. But one person said that, hey, if you look at, you know, the past couple months before the anniversary or the 6-month anniversary came out, you know, orbs did not come out to 2 orbs did not come out every single day. So if you look at it from that perspective, then 2 orbs per day for 2 months straight is actually generous. And you know, like when you explain it like that actually does make sense. It makes sense that from that way of viewing, or viewing it that way, it is generous. It is generous because it is 60 orbs per month versus, let's say, 15 orbs per month, right? So jumping up 45 orbs from 15, yeah, like I can definitely say that is generous if you look at it from that way. Now, I wouldn't, like, right now, even so, like, I still wouldn't say that it is fully generous, but I can understand that is a more generous way of approaching the game, or more generous way of actually, you know, supporting the people who support Fire Emblem Heroes. The next point, one of the big points that came out for the people who disagreed, is the fact that, well, my comment on the fact that there aren't any good units that come out for people who just can't summon good units on banners. And a lot of people said, hey, you know, Walter's a good unit, Clive is a good unit, Camus is a good unit, and they're all units that you can get from Tempest Trials, Grand Hero Battles, and missions, which are, you know, they're possible to beat, especially Tempest Trials. You just gotta grind your way through. You're guaranteed to get those units, regardless of what you do. You're guaranteed to get those units. It was Clive last Tempest Trials. and he was guaranteed to get. Grand Hero Battle Vaulter just came through. Narshian is on right now, and any missions to get any random units is there as well. And I guess, like, if you really think about it, I mean, that's true. I did get Vaulter. I did level him up to a 5-star, and he's really good. You know, like I put Bandage on him. I put I put Swiss Sparrow on him, and I put Panic Boy on him, and he actually does really, really well on his own, and even on a Flyer Emblem team, obviously. But yes, I understand that, you know, you can get free units and make them to become good units. That is a point that a lot of people made, which, you know, like, I'm not disagreeing with that statement. I'm not disagreeing with that statement. Yes, they can be good units. So going back to the orbs thing, in terms of the 2 orbs per day thing, I actually want to make a comment, or not really a comment, but a question to the audience, to you guys who actually made those comments. And that question is, should Intelligent System actually give daily orbs as a login? And what I mean by that, or the reason why I'm asking you this, is because now we're saying that 2 orbs per day is actually generous, right? It is generous of Intelligent Systems to do so. So is it that, like, what is your expectation of the number of orbs that you get free as a login bonus, right? Because there are ways to get orbs through the main story, obviously. But I want to know, in terms of the daily login, how many orbs should we get? Is it 15 per month? Is it 20 per month? We know we get 60 per month, and people are saying that's generous. So what is a cutoff line in terms of, you know, generous, not generous, or expected? Definitely leave that in the comment section below. I actually want to know, because I did get that feedback. The 2 orbs per day is generous, so that's something I want to know personally. So going to the, like, okay, so that's it for the disagree, because those are the, you know, main 2 points that that came out. If I covered every single point that people made, then this video would be, like, you know, 3 hours long, and I'm not gonna let you guys sit for that long. So moving on, so the people who actually agreed with what I was saying, I'll make a couple comments, and I'll also ask a question again. So the people who agreed, mostly they said that they are not caught up to the meta, and what I mean by that is that fact that they can't play the game to the fullest potential. And what I mean by that is that they can't beat Inferno, they can't beat Lunatic, they can't do well in Arena, they can't do well in Tempest Trials, that kind of thing, right? So just because they don't have enough units, or they can't pull units that can do well for them, and that's really more a bias, you know, a little bit biased comment, but that's kind of one of the things that I did try to explain in the video last night. So this makes them, you know, struggle with the game, obviously, and when they struggle with the game, they're not enjoying the game because of those reasons. And, you know, a lot of you guys who are actually veterans of the game may say, you know, who cares, you know, that's their luck, or, you know, they're not smart enough to build a good unit so that they can actually beat the Tempest Trials for example. But yes, I guess that, I mean, those are very valid reasons. I know somebody showed me a picture of a +10 Tsubaki and told me that I made Tsubaki viable in the meta, which is fair. I mean, you get so many Tsubaki, so might as well make him a +10. Shout out to you. I forgot your name. I'm sorry, but yes, that's true. You know, like, it is true. Like, some people, you know, I saw in the comment section, saved up 300 orbs, went for a banner, a focus banner, and they didn't get anything. You know, so that does happen. People don't get units, and I know it might be surprising for some of you guys, but some people just don't get them. So they do have to depend on weaker units, and they may not be as smart in terms of unit building. So, you know, for them, they're, quote, losing the game, right? So in that sense, it's a bit tough. And at the same time, Fire Emblem Heroes, what's the most enjoyable thing about Fire Emblem Heroes? Some of you guys may say that it's unit building. Some of you guys may say it's Tempest Trials, Squad Assault, Squad Arena, whatever. But in the end, I'd say a majority of you, like a good chunk of you, the most enjoyable thing about Fire Emblem Heroes is summoning units. I think that's the most common answer that you will get if I ask this question. And that's proven, you know, even on YouTube, because if you go through all the summon videos on YouTube, you know, they actually have the highest views. So that just shows that, you know, people love summoning. People love to see people summon good units and whatnot. It's kind of surprising that I do a discussion video and, you know, people actually hit that up really, really well. But anyways, yes. So then for you, the question for you guys, the people who actually agree with everything I've said in last night's video, is if you had, you know, broken units, or if you use all your orbs and you were able to summon good units all the time, would you have agreed with everything I've said last night, and why? You know, yes or no, and why? Definitely leave that in the comment section below. I really do want to know, you know, if everything I've said is more a biased comment on my end or not. So I actually want to know everything that you guys have said. And I guess like a little honorable mentions as to people, what everybody's been saying is the comparison between Fate Grand Order and Fire Emblem Heroes. I don't play Fate Grand Order. I actually want to, but I haven't. And people are saying that, you know, the rates are like at 1%, or they don't give you free orb equivalents. So you should appreciate Fire Emblem Heroes, which is like, yeah, I guess, but like, then it's not more so that Fire Emblem Heroes is better than Fate Grand Order, or I should appreciate it more, but it's just that Fate Grand Order isn't doing enough to actually engage the audience as much. I don't know. I don't know. If you want to leave your thoughts on that, definitely leave in the comment below. But I wasn't really trying to, you know, compare Grand Order and Fire Emblem Heroes. I was just kind of doing an internal thing with Fire Emblem Heroes. So that's everything for me. I think that's all I wanted to say, really. I really do want to say everything that you guys have said, but again, like, it'll just take too long. So hopefully this will wrap up everything in terms of what I've said last night, and we can move on to, you know, better things like summoning on CYL. I mean, I'm going to summon on CYL. Don't worry about that. I'm not a hater of CYL or anything like that. I just, you know, made an opinion. So I'm gonna be summoning on CYL. Definitely look forward to the video for that. Definitely subscribe to EXFGaming, because I will be doing a lot more of these discussions, because I don't know, you guys are smart. You guys are smart, you know. A lot of smart comments, logical comments. I love that stuff. So hopefully we can get the discussion going. Again, subscribe, leave a like or a thumbs down, doesn't matter. Comment again on all the things that you know, I've said so far. Again, the two questions are, if you missed it, should they actually give daily orbs as a login, in terms of how many they should give for it to be a generous daily login free orbs per day? And if you had broken units, if you had good units, if you can summon good units all the time, would you agree with what I've said last night's video? So that's all from me. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys in my next installment.